Hello. I'd just like to say that if I have to see one more video where a Christian says they have the one question that frightens atheists or terrifies atheists, I may want to vomit. What you don't understand is there are no questions that terrify atheists, because atheists are looking for the truth, and questions are how you get to the truth. The question that you think terrifies us so much is, how do we prove that atheism is true? Now, I know I'm not the first one to say this, but there's nothing to be proven. I don't have to prove when I say I do not believe in leprechauns that there are no leprechauns, because all I'm saying is that I don't believe in them, and that I will not believe in them until somebody proves to me that they exist. So I guess what I'm saying is the proof that atheism is true is that atheism is the lack of belief in something until you get proof. Since I know I do not believe in God until I see some kind of proof, then I guess you could say that I've answered your question. The proof that atheism is real is the fact that all atheism is a viewpoint of mine. I'm not stipulating that there is no God. I'm not stipulating that there is a God. It's religious people, and yes, some atheists, who make a positive stipulation. And I would agree that anyone who goes out and claims there is no God flatly is making a statement just as positive as someone who says there is a God and also has no proof for it. But to be an atheist does not mean that you are denying the existence of God. You are simply saying that in your mind it's foolish and irrational to believe in something with no proof, with no solid evidence, especially something that important. The other question that you often hear is, if there is no God, where did all this come from? Well, there's a very simple answer to that question. We don't know. But when I don't know something, making up an answer to make myself feel better does not make that answer true. In fact, it makes things more difficult. Because if we assume that God must be an entity or phenomena of higher order of magnitude than the universe itself in order to have created the universe, then all you've done is doubled your problem. If you can believe in your heart that God can just be, that he exists outside of time, that he's just there, there's no cause for God, then why can't you believe that the universe could just be? I don't understand that. To believe that God is uncaused is no more rational than believing that the universe is uncaused. So again, your argument falls apart. So those are the two big questions that I hear Christians throwing at atheists that they seem to think terrify us, but they don't. The question one, how can you prove that atheism is true? Because atheism is simply saying that I don't believe in what you're pushing. And I know it's true because I don't believe it. Question number two is, if not for God, how did we get here? The answer is simple. I don't know, and neither do you. So I hope that you'll realize that none of your questions frighten atheists, especially because we're not frightened to have our belief or lack thereof challenged. I personally like it. I'm hoping someday somebody proves me wrong. That would be a wonderful thing, to know that there's a kind and just and loving God in the universe. But I see no evidence of it, and I doubt that I ever will. So please stop thinking that you're going to frighten anyone with these illogical questions.